Bink, the humble monster.
There you go.
Whoa, what's down?
What's cracking?
Oh man, hey, now what's the deal, man?
Quarantine, daddy, quarantine.
I know that.
First and foremost, I can't bring you on without introing. But you know, this a friend thing today. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no industry about this today. I consider you a friend, my good brother. So ladies and gentlemen, without no further ado, the leader of the Medicine Men, KLC.
What's going on, my brother?
Man, I see you got your Grady going on too, huh?
Yeah, this that when you're not on the road, look, you know. Not on the road, look.
So this probably give you a whole lot of time to get into your drum machines again, though. You're in the crib a lot. I know you're doing something, mad scientist over there.
I learned some new shit on the X, you know, like recording that motherfucker, man. I did that for the first time the other day. I was shocked, man. That shit sound good as fuck.
For vocals?
Yeah, like a DAW system, like Pro Tools, Logic.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. I did that shit the other day. I was surprised, man. And then I used it as a line mixer.
Right. No, it got a definitely good processor in it. That's for sure. But it ain't the 3.
I still think it don't sound, none of them sound better than the 3000, though.
That's what I said. It ain't the 3.
No. I'm a living witness to that shit. See? Man, I saw that on 4Rat page, bro. That's the same one?
No, it's probably that might be the first time I copied somebody, boy.
You sure that wasn't on Bruce 4Rat page?
I got this John McClain had one that was a little similar that I kind of copied a little bit, but I just took mine. So I don't know if I don't know if I ever sent my pictures to Bruce. I know he was on me for a while. I don't know if I ever ended up sending it. I might have sent it. But yeah, the little titanium.
Nah, man, I thought I saw that exact machine on goddamn
Only difference is he had the middle part was white. He still had the wood grain though, but it didn't have a titanium. Like I got like a titanium type of thing going on, almost.
What's going on, bro?
Oh man, bro, you know I had to come. I'm looking at your discography, bro. You came in 88.
Shit. When I started, shit, we had to go back to 84 if you gonna talk about all of my whole hip hop era.
Right. So who was in 84? What artist was that?
Like well, you were speaking about when I started.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. Now, if you're gonna go back to the beginning of my whole hip hop shit, before I started producing from breakdancing,
right,
then DJing, and then into producing and shit. I was fucking tagging, graffiti, and all of that shit. I was a beast with it, all that shit too.
The culture consumed you just like me.
Big, let me tell you something, my nigga. I graduated in 87. I went to Southern for for a year. My girl got pregnant, and I haven't worked since. Music fed me since like 89 to today.
Jesus. Yeah, well, you got a discography to keep that mailbox open, I tell you that.
Yeah, I love that though, bro. That's, that shit held me down, bro. And the thing about it, bro, truthfully, you even looking at the point the way when, on a whole no limit thing, to where when we left and we finally retained 100% of all our publishing, that was even sweeter, my nigga. And when
you won't sample it. You ain't do too much sampling at all, right?
Right, but like we had to fight for our shit, but not from those sample people, but
Right, that part.
That part. And
was it hard? Was it hard to do though, to get it?
Nah, because man, truthfully, man, it was just more like when we left, bro, we left 98, shit, we put out like we sold over like 30-some million records. We put an album out. We put out 26 albums that year. Every 2 weeks, we dropped an album for the entire year, selling over 30 that year. We were like, who in the fuck not gonna give us a deal when we left? That's when
That
money was
part.
good in hip hop. You know what I'm
Damn
saying?
right. Hell yeah.
So
Every
the
2
bullshit,
weeks.
yeah, every 2 weeks for a year, for an entire year, with 20 plus songs on. The least songs we did on the album was Mystikal, and he had like 18. Everything else was 20 plus every 2 weeks for the entire year. I'm gonna find that clip and I'm gonna send it to you on Billboard. We had like, I think 14 albums on Billboard at the same time, my nigga.
14.
14, 14, 13 or 14. It's on one of the, in 98. It was on one of them one of those Billboard things. We had, listen to me, I'm not bullshit. We
Damn.
dropped, listen to me, Bing. From January to December, we dropped an album every 2 weeks for the entire year.
What the fuck was that marketing like?
With 20 plus songs on every album. The only album we didn't do 20 on was probably Mystikal, and he had like 18.
That was before the Pharrell era, right?
Right, that was 98.
When did him and Pharrell link up?
Well, Pharrell came in, he did something like in 99 after we left.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, he did the song with Silk.
Right.
But nobody needs to hear it, but yeah, that was before that's like when the Neptunes first started popping.
But truth be told, Mystikal is the reason why people start letting Pharrell do hooks. Because when he first started singing on the hooks, people were complaining. But
Really?
yeah, absolutely. But Mystikal was the only one that was like, you know what? Do you, bro. Like, I'm riding with you. Whatever you want to do, I'm going to follow you. And that really made Pharrell into a star artist. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember like yesterday when he first started getting on the hooks. They were like, oh, he's on the hooks. Ah. But then when he
So
started doing the
that was Noreg on the what record, right? On the
that
hook.
again?
That was Noreg on the what record, right?
Yeah, all day. And Khalees, she was in the background.
Well, sure the fuck was.
Yeah.
Sure the fuck was.
So it's like when he got his hands on Mystikal allowed him to just have a free reign with what he wanted to do.
And you wanna know some shit? Speaking on that, is like Toy Green brought some shit to my attention, right?
Right.
I did a song. We was in. As a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, it was that time I was in the studio and you came in there.
Battery,
right?
Mm-hmm.
And I did I produced a song for him called Big Truck, and it was me, Toy Green, Pat Viala, and I think you came up in there,
Mm-hmm.
and I had wrote the hook for it. But Mystikal, he had left, and he was like, Toy was like, who did that hook? Because Mike showed didn't write it. I'm like, how you know? Because there's too many words in there.
Oh,
So,
shout out to Toy. Shout out to Toy.
yeah, Toy Green, what's up, man? Toy bought me some bread in that bitch. I ain't going to bullshit.
Ain't lie. She was definitely a G with it.
Nah, man, that shit, that 98 year was a magical year. It was kind of fucked up though, because for like people like us, we would know. But the average listener don't give a fuck.
Right.
Because none of that shit we did was mixed. You know how we went through the process, just say like if we in the studio working with an artist, right?
Right.
And we'll lay a 2-track for them to rap on, and once they lay the vocals, we'll come in and song it around it. Shit, boy, man, let's go mix that shit, man. I'll never forget, man. This is one of the very first memories that I can remember that I never forget at No Limit. Me and P just did a song, right? And he was like, cool, man, let's go and mix that bitch. So I was like, okay, straight. So he went and he left. I think he went in the office or he made a run somewhere. So when he left, I started tracking the beat out. So when he came back, he was like, you there? All right. So when he left, he came back and he was like, shit, let me, what it sounded like. Let me hear that bitch. I'm like, I'm not finished. I'm still tracking it out. And this nigga like, man, Kel, come on, bro. We got to get this shit done. You running trying to make that shit sound all pretty. The average nigga only got one speaker in their car anyway. As long as they can hear the bass in my vocals, I'm straight.
Right. Two track it is.
And that's how every song on No Limit was. We ain't tracked shit out. Not one. The only song that I can remember tracking out was Down for My Niggas because he wasn't there. He was in California shooting a movie.
That
and I think
look, and that explains why that shit sounded so nuts. Because you gave everything. That 808 on that motherfucker boy was like, whew.
The thing about it though, bro, is that when I did Down for My Niggas, I remember I did the song. We did the song in Baton Rouge. That's how I was able to separate it.
Right.
And C was on his way to a club though. But C called me, man, you hear these motherfuckers on such and such on TV talking that shit called Magic Have a Beat right, I'm on my way. So I'm already got this motherfucking Out of the Cage record up. I was already in the process of chopping up, just looking for samples and shit. And it just happened that that was the record that I was doing. So when he called me, it didn't even register on me making that beat. It just like, I just played around with the pads and whatever came to mind, I just ran with it. And then I realized that each note is next to each other. And so I just went from note to note. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Then, and then the thing about it was though, when I tracked the beat out, because the whole beat is like fucking 8 sounds. You got the kicks, hi-hat ride, and you got the horn hits,
right?
And you have like the cymbal and the little I think it wasn't a glockenspiel. It was one of them, another sound that's just sitting in the back. And the thing about it was, when I did it, they didn't have no breaks in the beat. Once that bitch started with the intro and it dropped, it rolled the whole way. They don't have not one punch out in that bitch. The beat just rolled, not one. They have that intro and that bitch just rolled and it faded out.
Old boy went nuts on that joint though. Whose name? Magic?
Yeah, man.
He went ape shit on that joint. I can't lie.
Say, bro, Magic, let me tell you something, bro. And Bink, nigga, I'm not bullshitting. I'm telling you exactly what's happening. It was Snoop Top Dog album. Once he laid his verse and Magic went in on his verse, I called Snoop. I say, Snoop. He answered the phone. Whoa, what's up, Cal? I'm like, Snoop, nigga, I'm about to have the hardest song on your album, my nigga. Snoop was like, I don't know, nephew. Dre gave me some banging ass shit.
Right.
I say, Snoop, listen to me, my nigga. I didn't say I was going to have the most banging shit on your album. I said, I'm going to have the hardest shit on your album.
That part. It's a difference.
Right.
It's a difference.
So I got off the phone with Snoop. I called Silk. Nigga, you got to get on this record, bro. I'm telling you. So he was like, cool. When I'm gonna come pick you up from the airport, when y'all get in, just play it for me. So we picked up. We got to the airport when we landed. I popped in the cassette. That motherfucker came on. Silk heard it. Dude, shit, man. Okay, you gotta call me when you get a hit. Yeah, that was
Call
his
me,
exact word.
call me when you get a hit.
Call me when you get a hit. That was his words. So we got to the room. We went, checked in. I put my bag up. No, you know what? I think I probably brought my fucking bag to the studio. Because Snoop was, he was already there. But we damn near went straight to the studio from the airport. That's how fast it was. So when we got there, we did the symphony record first. You know, because
Right.
Snoop, he always did a remix of a classic record on all his shit. So we did that record,
That's right. I forgot about that record.
and then after we did that bitch, Snoop was like, "Shit, nephew, that's what it is, man. Shit, we could buy and say, well, Snoop, I got another one I won't play for you, because he know I told him about the record, but he haven't heard it.
Right.
He was like, well, nephew, man, we could do that bitch tomorrow. And if I would have never said, well, let me put it on tape for you, we probably wouldn't even heard that record. So I was like, well, let me put it on tape for you. So he was like, cool. So I popped the ADATs in the decks, right? And I threw all of the faders up on the board, and I hit play. That shit came on. Dun, 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 dun. When that bitch dropped, zoop, all them niggas went in that bitch. Them niggas in that bitch went to crip walking, bruh. Niggas say, fuck that, nigga. You about to do this bitch now. Cause Snoop, he really didn't like it at first.
Right.
But this is like his first time on like some down south shit.
That part. It's a whole nother pocket for him.
Right. So nigga, he had them Chris with him, them niggas still by the door. It's like they all got it but him. But what people don't know was Snoop changed his verse. He did 2 verses to that. Nigga heard
Right.
it was Snoop, my nigga. You know we do movies up here, my nigga. If you put this shit out and say the shit you saying, bruh, he said, come on, man. You gotta change that shit up.
Oh, he was
Because
talking
with Snoop,
regular?
his verse, man, let me tell you something. It was reckless, nigga. He watered his verse down.
Oh wow. I gotta hit you. I'm sure you still got that verse?
It's on them ADAT tapes. Them bitches in the storage. I'm gonna try to go pull them bitches up, bro.
Oh man, you gotta find that verse, man.
And then I got another song that Snoop went in on too. The song is this cat I produced called Six Shot. And he had a song called It's Your Dog. But the thing about the Down for My Niggas record was that was like my first time I mixed it on a Neve board. Now I think we did it in what's the name of this fucking studio in LA? It was a studio and they sold equipment in that bitch. But
Soulja.
yeah. It was Westlake. Was it Westlake?
Westlake Audio?
Yeah.
There's 2 of them, yeah.
Right. So we that was my first time, like I really fuck with the mix, but it was the first time to where I never knew how to actually operate the board, but always had the engineer to assist me, like, well, man, I need to do this, so set me up, because this is my first time just being behind the board by myself, to where I had to learn to mix that record. I had to learn the board mixing that record because I didn't know how to work around the board or nothing.
Right.
So that was an experience just doing that shit, just learning the fucking Neve and mixing this record at the same time. To this day, I told Snoop, like a couple months ago, we was talking, and I said, man, the only thing I regret about that record is the bitch don't sound how it sounded, how I wanted it to sound. And Snoop was like, shit, nigga, I don't know what the fuck your ears listening to. That shit banging, nigga.
That part.
Right, but my whole thing is, I probably say that because I'm a better mixer now than I was then. But at that point, shit, I was just happy I got through the record.
At that time, though, you said that was like, what, 98?
98. No, that was the 99. That was the
99.
last record I produced on No Limit.
So that was MP era, 3000?
Yeah, I did that on the 3000. The gray one, the limited edition one.
That was the black one, limited edition.
Right. But I have I have an 808 with MIDI, so the 808 drums came straight off the actual 808 machine.
It sounded like it, bro. Like I just remember when I first heard that record in the club, I had no idea how much that bitch dropped. And that those FH2s in that club was like,
that nigga said FH2. They had peeves in that bitch?
Bro, FH2s, man, sound like somebody was trying to get out. Sound like somebody was somebody was kidnapped in the speaker, was just trying to get out that junk. I'm like, yo, this is nuts.
Now, I'm gonna tell you this though, like you had the 808, but when that bitch dropped,
drop.
That was Kurzweil bass. When I bought my Kurzweil, I bought the entire library that came with it, and I had it actually installed in it. Because when you buy the Kurzweil, you could buy a factory, but they also had an extended a whole drive that you could put in there to install the entire library.
I had one. I had a Kurzweil, and I swapped with a dude for a V drum.
Man, get the fuck out of here, bro.
I promise you, I did.
Everything on No Limit is from a Kurzweil that I use. All my shit is from that. It was MPC, Kurzweil, ASR 10, and 2 SE1s.
I still got my SE1.
I got it. I love that motherfucker though.
You still got both of your joints?
Hell yeah. Shit, you only is a mono machine, so I had to get two of them bitches. And look, the fucked up thing about it was when I heard it, everything I heard was like, God damn, this bitch sound like Chronic.
The Chronic?
This bitch sound like Chronic. Hell yeah. And then they had the SE1X, the New York that worn out.
Yeah.
That's a factory sound in the SE1X.
I never got into the SE1X.
I never did, but I went to where I heard that mother. I heard it when we was in LA. We went to I think it was the Guitar Center in LA, the big old one, and we went up and just fucking around. As a matter of fact, that's when I bought my my limited edition 3000. I bought it from LA, from Guitar Center.
Oh yeah, that's about 3,200.
Huh?
That's about 3,200 back then.
Yeah, with tax because it was like 29.
So let me ask you something. How did you and P cross? Like, how did that relationship come about?
That happened with Servo. As a matter of fact, the very last Jack the Rapper convention. And the thing about it was, I actually watched firsthand of the Death Row Luke Skywalker fight, nigga.
Oh, I was there.
Nigga, I watched that fight, my nigga. I
was there. I was
at the top of the escalator.
Yeah.
Luke was it Luke? No, I think it was Death Row at the bottom of the stairs, and Luke Skywalker crew was at the top of the escalators, and they came down, my nigga. And the minute they touched down, it was over with. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Them Miami niggas, they walked them boys from California, bro.
They walked them?
They walked them, bro. It wasn't even close. All you saw was shit flying around everywhere, and a bunch of LA niggas on their back, bro. Cause Luke was deeper than them, though.
He right next door to his home. The crazy thing was that was 93. That was 93. Cause I was in one of Puffy Sweets. Cause I was with one of my OGs, Lil D. I was up there taking a nap. So when I came downstairs, the lobby was fucked up. Like shit was everywhere. And I was like, what happened? And Nikki D had an ice pack on her head. Remember?
What?
Yeah, Nikki D got hit in the head some kind of way. She had an ice pack on her shit. So I seen her walking past with the ice pack. I'm like, they were like, yo, it just went down, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because I think Wolf was fighting with Luke and them.
Oh my goodness.
You know what I'm saying? Puff Man Wolf. So they tore that lobby up, bro. Like, so
nigga,
that's when we met.
I was firsthand. What nigga? I was at ringside, nigga. Like seat to ring. I was that close, nigga. I actually watched that shit, nigga. I backed the fuck up and watched all of that shit go down. And if I'm not mistaken, if I do remember, Escape was right there too. And I watched the whole thing, my nigga. And I was like, God damn, man. All I remember is me and Serv on backing up on the elevator because fucking the escalator was in all the stairs. You know, the only thing away from it was the elevator. So we had to go back.
You know how long it took to catch? Look, you know how long it took to catch an elevator that weekend? It took forever to get on the elevator. It was we tore that hotel to pieces, bro.
Bro, but back to the story, it was more like, well, that's where we hooked up at. So me and Serv, we went out there with a partner of ours because he had to go out there and take care of some business. And he asked me and Serv, would we ride out there with him? We like, fuck it. So we did package up some shit for Serv to shop his demo. And when we got out there, PC, Silk, and a couple of other people was there. So C and Serv-On knew each other. C Murder, Serv-On knew each other from playing ball, you know, at Napoleon Park in New Orleans and shit. So they were like, Serv looked around like, whoa, what's that? And he said, what y'all doing out there? Serv like, man, we just came out with a partner of mine and we shopping you know, just shopping me a demo and shit. So he was like, cool. So people was like, look, man, we got this thing going on, you know, and you know, why don't you just give us a listen, man, peep us out, man, come be part of this year, you know what I'm saying? So, right. And then he asked about, man, you know the dude who did the beats on his CD, because he must have stopped in New Orleans and bought a CD. And he asked Sir, man, you know the dude who did the beats on his CD? And Sir started laughing. And he's like, what's fucking funny? He was like, yeah, him right there. You know what I'm saying? And so, wow. Yeah, so Sir, he was like, well, look, man, we got this thing. I'm telling you, bro, it's about to be some big shit, bro. I'm telling you, bro. We want you to be part of it. And Sir was like, well, shit, I'll come, but if my producer and DJ can't come with me, don't worry about it. So he looked at Serv, he looked at that CD, and he looked at me. Fuck it, he could come. I ain't tripping. And so, you know, we got all settled in and we kicked it or whatever. And then when we went back home, you know, I was DJing in this club called Rumors. Right. And Serv used to always come there with me. So when I went there, you know, he came down and so he was like, man, he was talking, said, man, when y'all want to come to California? And Serv was like, shit, whenever you ready. So he was like, what's up with you, DJ? What you gonna do? I'm like, fuck it, I guess I'll go. Cause I only took the trip because I never been to California before, the West Coast period. That's my first time. That's the only reason why I went. So when we finally got up there, this nigga had jackets for us with our name on it. Went to swap meets and got motherfucking jackets made and all of this shit, you know, and just like welcoming us to California, but it was a jacket with our name on it with no limit on the back of the bitch. You know what I'm saying? So I'm peeping this shit out. I'm like, okay, so I saw what he was doing and I'm like, all right, shit is look like he, you know, he's doing something because, you know, shit, he just put out the West Coast Bad Boys, a little compilation he did, volume 1. That shit did like motherfucking like 200,000 independently. Wow. And so the thing about it was another one of the reasons why I really started, you know, what kind of impressed me with him, because we went to talking and he was bringing me around all of these people that I used to read it and peep shit out, like E40 and You know, at that time too, you know, that's when motherfucking EA Ski was popping. They were
Right.
like, oh man, no. I was like, man, I know EA Ski. He like, he like for real, and he brought me over there, and I'm like, you know, I'm buying all these niggas records, and I'm starting to meet these people. So I was like, okay, cool. So he brought me over there by EA Ski, and me EA Ski and I was just asking him about the 3000 because he said he just got his. Because I was on an
Right.
MP 62. The threes just came out. He had one. So we was
Yeah, I thought it was a 62 too. That was the first one I had. It was the MPC 62.
right.
Mm-hmm.
And he went to talking, and you know, I was talking to Ski, and he was just running it down to me. Ski was cool as fuck too. So, and you know, I was kind of impressed by that shit. So you know, we
Damn right.
grew up, and we around fucking L Eaton and E40, and you know what I'm saying, and all of them boys from the Bay Area, like, you know what I'm saying, and met Rapid Forte and all them niggas, and I'm like, all right, cool. So, and it was always around Christmas. So that time, he came and asked us, y'all tripping on going home? And Sir was like, well, shit, man, if we could get some, you know, send something back to our family, because we got kids, you know, if we're going to be up here for Christmas, I got to go back and do that shit. So he gave us some bread, and we shot it down there to him, and we wound up being up there for a whole year, nigga.
Damn. Got that bread though.
Yeah.
One thing about it, I see P has always had a level of just how he got down, man. Like his empowerment and how to get people involved. Like I've never heard anything negative about that and that perspective about him. It's like he made people feel good. Like I see how Snoop talk about how he brought Snoop out there with y'all and how he told him pick a house, and it's just like wow, like that's always been his thing. So you gotta respect that. There's so many people in the game just so full of shit.
Bro, let me tell you something that was so fucking funny about Snoop, bro. Snoop came to No Limit, right? First of all, it's my first session with him. So I'm already like fucking tripping. Like, what the fuck am I gonna do with this nigga? Knowing how we make records, and he coming from under Dre.
That part.
That part right there. So I'm like, fuck. So this would really set the tone about how Snoop is probably one of the easiest niggas to work with, right? Because Snoop wants to be produced.
Right.
So I pulled up a beat, I put the motherfucker in, so I'm behind the board with Snoop in the booth, right? I mean, like 5 minutes went by, and the beat just running. And I stop it, I rewind a little bit, and I'm like, Snoop, what's the deal? You ready? Snoop was like, nephew, I'm just waiting for you to tell me what to do. I'm like, God damn, is that easy?
Wow.
So I'm like, well, look, this where the beat is. You're gonna come in right, this the hook part, and you're gonna come in right there. And when I told him that, he just ran through that bitch, bro. And ever since when we got the feel of working, that's how that whole thing was. But the trip part about it, bro, is like when Snoop got in the comfort zone, right? And he started getting on, like, first of all, Pete told he called a meeting, my nigga, said, look, I'm just letting everybody know. Oh, y'all ain't getting on this motherfucking album, and he ain't getting on a lot of y'all albums. So I'm just letting y'all know. So everybody thought they was gonna have a verse from Snoop on this shit.
That's right, automatically.
Right. So we was in, I think it was me, Snoop, and Soulja Slim. We was in the studio, right? And we up in there listening to a song that I produced that they're about to do called At the Same Time. And Snoop sitting down, and Sylvester, R.I.P. rest his soul, tapped Snoop on the shoulder with an envelope. Snoop looked at the bitch, opened it up, and like, what's this for? And they was like, man, didn't you rap on Mystikal and such and such and such? He said, yeah. He said, that's for. I said, nigga, y'all get paid for rapping on each other records around here? Are you fucking right? He said, man, we ain't do that shit at that row.
Wow.
Like they was getting it, like it was like a 50 grand check, like just from rapping on each other records. Like if Snoop, like if Mystikal drop a record, whoever on No Limit rap on his record, they get paid for a feature.
Gotta respect that, man.
And then it was like this too, like as producers, like, you know, we got paid for beats, advances, and then we also got paid as an engineer.
So
So we
P
was
was just
actually,
P took care of y'all all around the board.
he did his thing. You know, that's one thing that I could say when it came down to that part, as for like when it came down to the point of functioning with the of the label running,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Is that, you know, it was pretty straight though. But it had its fuck ups too that was like, come on, nigga, are you fucking serious? But one thing you got, you can look at it like this, to where every artist, I don't give a fuck if you was in a group, my nigga. Every artist that dropped the album got a house fully paid for, fully furnished, surveillance, got them a car, put money in their account, and
Bro, that's
look,
unheard of, man.
you look at like groups like Prime or Cain and Abel, they twins, right? But they decide that now we just need one house. I don't want my own house. We're gonna stand this, we're gonna share the same house. They had niggas like 4 in a group, and each one of them got their own house.
The shit you saying to me right now, KLC, real, it's like it's unprecedented to me. I've never heard of any executive taking care of his people to that degree. Like real shit. Because most of them are just so used to just taking the money that the artists don't know about. They came in. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, instead of P just, you know what I'm saying? Even though he may not have gave y'all all of it, he still made sure everybody was straight. It was no stress about, man, I need to talk to P, man, because my mortgage due. Like, he knew all that shit make a difference. You know what I mean?
Every house was paid for. Every house was paid for, paid out off, no mortgage,
Right.
fully furnished, and fully surveillance.
Come on, bro. Like, I got a whole nother, I already had mad respect for P. You know what I'm saying? I already had a whole lot of respect, but that right there just put him in a whole nother stratosphere for me. You know what I'm saying? Just because most dudes gonna play dumb. Most black execs, in my experience, gonna play straight dumb. You know what I'm saying? About the money, and make you have to ask them about it. You know what I'm saying? Or like, yo, you know, I need this, I need that. Like P knew, he knew it what people needed in order to function, because you can't do no music when you're stressing about rent. And you know what I'm saying? You stressing about car notes and shit. Like it's a different kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they
You see
had
that a lot.
we had this group like the Gambino family, my nigga. These dudes is still in high school, driving to school in Corvettes with Rolex watches on. Man, they was getting called from the school, and the principal like, these kids can't be coming to school with this shit on. Fuck they doing coming to school with a presidential Rolex? Fucking teachers and the principal don't have this shit.
Sorry, it's not our problem. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But Soulja Slim was huge out y'all way though, right?
Let me tell you something. I don't give a fuck what no nigga see. In the city of New Orleans, he is the biggest artist. The biggest artist.
What's up with him now?
Slim dead, man. Slim died. Shit, Slim was gunned down and murdered. Shit, like 15 years ago. Like kind of, it's been over shit before Katrina. Katrina happened in 2005.
Always take the real ones, bro.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. Slim the type of nigga to where if you had a problem with Slim, if you was right or wrong, it didn't matter. If you had a problem with Slim, the city had a problem with you. He ain't give a fuck if it was right or wrong. I don't care what you say. You see how California just can't let Pac go?
Uh-huh.
That's how Slim is here. The exact same way. The exact same way. Nigga, they did not let that shit die. You know, you could have your the thing about who's the best rapper as far as like you got Mystikal, you got Wayne, you got Juvenile, you got Fiend, you got all of these rappers from the city, from New Orleans. But when you say what rapper owns the city,
Soulja Slim.
that's Slim.
So
And
so he was gunned down by other New Orleans people.
yeah, people from here. And the thing about it, he was leaving to get ready to go do a show, my nigga.
He was killed at his own house.
In front of his, as a matter of fact, he was killed in front of the house he just bought his mama. Because Slim was like, man, fuck that. I don't want no house. Man, look, I need to get this house for my mama, my nigga. So the house that he was going to get, he bought it and gave it to his mama.
So that's crazy, bro. So I got to go back and do my due diligence on Soulja Slim, just on GP. But around this time, did you have your sights on producing anybody outside the camp?
Man, let me tell you something, my nigga. I was willing to produce with anybody, and I think like there was a problem with No Limit as far as based on the producers until after we left. But during the time of No Limit, we didn't have the chance to do nothing for nobody else. Just think about this here. Just think about it like this here. You know, as a producer, when you working on an album, which with an artist, once that album is done, you may not have to see them till next year too, whenever they're gonna do another one.
Right.
So when you dropping 2 albums a month for a year with 20 plus songs on every album, you don't have the time. We had 5 niggas and beats by the pound, bro. So just think about this here. Whoever album we working on and whoever the producer at the end of that album closing it out, the other ones had already started on the next project.
And and the crazy thing is, that was one of my dreams, was to feel like you felt right there, how Manny Fresh felt, how RZA felt. Like you didn't have to go outside. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I just know, just as a fan of music, I know you wanted to get with somebody else, and like that you liked what they was doing. You really wanted to lock in if you could. You know what I'm saying?
And I thought that dream was about to happen until it got fucked up, bro. But this was after we left No Limit though. So I finally was able I had the opportunity to work with one of my all-time favorite artists, which is DMX, right?
Oh.
So I'm gonna tell you the story. Fiend signed with Rough Rider. So when Fiend signed with Rough Rider, I sent some beats up there to him with him, and he was like, yeah, y'all send me some shit for Jadakiss. And I'm like, cool. So I sent some beats for Jada, and he heard one that I did, and he was like, boy, this motherfucker is nice. But the only fucked up thing about it was he was closing out his album, and they didn't have the internet, and he wanted to make changes to the beat, just to a certain part. So we FedExing the shit back and forth until it got too late. But in the midst of that, they were like, man, you got to make some shit like this for X. So I'm like, for real? I'm like, yeah, bro, X need this kind of shit. They were like, X need this kind of shit. I'm like, man, me make some shit for DMX? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, cool. That's when I made Move Bitch. That was his beat.
The Ludacris in that way.
Move Bitch was a beat that I made for DMX.
Who knew? Who knew?
Right. But the thing about it was, by us going back and forward with the shit with the Jadakiss beat, and it didn't happen, I just didn't send it because I thought they really didn't have an interest in it no more.
I ain't
But
gonna
when
lie,
they
bro.
did
To
for
be in
this,
your position though,
like
to
this,
be in your position, just imagine me though for a second. I've been the Lone Ranger my entire career. You know what I'm saying? I've never been a part of a family like that. You know what I'm saying? So I had to fight for scraps everywhere I went. Like, people don't
right,
want me to come, really wasn't welcome around a lot of places, but I had to get in there and fight for scraps. So I always wanted to be a part of something like that you were a part of. You know what I'm saying? I
right.
felt like that was always the way to go. I just could never find that situation.
Well, I
So
look at it like this, though, Bing. I look at it from my perspective to where, like, nigga, look at the people that you work with, though. You would have never had that chance to if you was in my position or fresh position.
right. For every advantage there's a disadvantage. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I get it. But just looking at, in hindsight, it would have felt better to be able to tell somebody, you know what, bro, I ain't really got time to work with you right now. I gotta finish my albums over here first. I never been able to say that. That's something that you had the pleasure, and it's a blessing to curse with that because you would have wanted to go fuck with Jay or Nas or whoever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? So it's like
You look at
it's
it
like
like
I
this,
said, it's a blessing to curse.
right. Right. It's a blessing and a curse.
Yeah.
But you know what's so fucked up about it, though? When I was on No Limit, motherfucker was calling, though.
Of course they were.
This nigga was like, man, ain't no nigga getting this sound. Nobody. This all my shit. Because you got to understand this here, going back to the Bay, right? He was getting rejected beats to where, put it like this here. When I went up there and all of these producers, they're working with niggas with budgets like E40, Spice One, you know what I'm saying? All of these niggas had Too Short. All of them was signed to a deal, and it's ironic they all were fucking Jive Records. But the point is, they had budgets. So before they would give Pete the go-to shit, he have to wait to see that whatever he gave them the pick of the litter first. We got to make sure these niggas with these budgets eat because whatever P was paying them is nowhere near than what we getting from these niggas. So when I first got with P, and the first song we did when we did Bout It was the first song I did with that nigga. So when we did that record, he was like, I got my own sound and I got my own niggas to make my own beats.
That's probably, if you asked him, that was probably when he really felt he got it. Like it's on. Like that right there, the light came on. Like, yo, I'm out of here. I got all the elements I need.
No, because I'm gonna tell you why. When I got with him, the album that it was on was done already. We only did that song just so I can have a beat on the album. He's not used to rapping on this kind of shit. He had like, the Bay Area, that Bay Area sound. So when I did Bout It, he was like, because first of all, Bout It was a song that I did for Serv-On called Bucking Like a Winchester. That was written by Serv and his dude Hound that's on No Limit. So when Pete came to New Orleans, he wanted to do a 30-second radio commercial for Wild Wayne, the radio personnel dude in New Orleans. And he a big dude, he big for the city on radio. And so when Pete came to do it, we did it in my basement. I did that whole beat in the AS. That's all ASR 10 factory sounds, my nigga. So I didn't have a full track or no recorder. I only had a DAT machine. So I had a booth built in my grandmother's basement. So he got in the booth, and I said, once I hit record and play on, and you hit a beat, you just gotta run it.
Right.
All that shit was like, the commercial was like one take, right? So the commercial for Wild Wayne, it got hot. And You know, the body thing became a big issue in the city, which they already had a group called UNLV that Manny produced had a song called I'm About It first, but there was like two different type of songs though, because Manny one was kind of bounced, but I was, you know, the body that I did is kind of had that West Coast vibe.
The Minister
So,
of
but
Society
anyway,
all day.
right. So the thing about it was when he did it and it got kind of catchy in the city, he took it back to California and got me back up there because I was back and forth because I was going through some court shit. And we recorded the entire song. He made it a whole song in California.
So P not from New Orleans?
Yeah, P from New Orleans. P been left New Orleans. P brother was killed. And I think they moved up there in the Bay Area from New Orleans. So once we recorded, once I got up there, the album was done. He was like, well shit, man, let's get a song done with KL. So we took the body record and recorded that. And he made a whole song out that bitch and put me on it. And once we dropped that first TRU album, the very first one, because it's two versions about it. But the very first one with the TRU was Big Pep was getting cut across the chest, and that was like, you know, they thought, you know, some gang shit. But when we did that record and it was on the album, that was the one that took off. That's when he had the light bulb, exactly what you said, nigga. Now I got my own shit. I got my own producers, me and Moby Dick, and because Moby Dick did a song called "Fuck Them Hoes," and those became the two popular records on that album. But Body was the go record though.
So make it say where that jump from?
Make Him Say was Serve Soulja record. And what was so fucking funny about that shit, this Bo P did some low down shit, my nigga. This motherfucker, like, he heard the beat, right? He heard the beat while we was working on Serve record, like, man, fuck, man, Serve album done, man. So everything now, man, we need to just start, you know, wrapping it up. And start going on to the next project. And so we started working, and that was me an idea. But man, P didn't know nothing about the motherfucking you know, funk box.
Right. Right.
So that was me an idea because, you know, P had that shit going. That was his thing. So it got to the point where it got popular. The niggas started making fun of it. Like, man, this nigga sound like he on the toilet shitting and this and that.
Right.
So it was me an idea. It was me an idea to where, man, we need to clean and fix this shit up to where they don't be, you know, make a mockery out this kind of shit. So the funk box record was right down the cut, my nigga. Like, it was perfect.
Now this is called the funk box. This is how it played.
Right.
Oh my God. Classic.
And that's where anything about it, you know, that's where the horns come from. Bump, ho, bump, ho, bump, ho, bump, bump, bump.
Yeah.
Right. And I just sample them bitches. Bam, 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 ho. I got sued for that shit, man.
Absolutely got sued for that. What you
But
thought?
I got sued. Listen, I got sued for the hoe, for that part. But
Not the horn.
like you said, not the horns.
They didn't even catch the horn.
The thing about it, we didn't get sued. They heard it, and we just worked it out.
Type shit.
You know,
because like
so,
you know, I've heard some of the goofiest shit about sampling. Hey man, ain't it true that you can sample 3 seconds without having to pay? No, nigga. If they know it came off the master, they gonna take your ass to the rack. Period.
Right. Right.
Talk about.
But they didn't sue me for the well, it wasn't a horn. It was just like the whole part. But that part there, like, okay, my vocals on this record.
That happened to me on the Ross. That happened to me on the Ross album. With the Mafia Music 3, I thought I had some breakbeat Jamaican dude. You know they how they like dudes be scratching with different vocals coming in, a little sound. So I'm just thinking some, you know, he said something like 2 seconds of that. Jumped out the bushes on me. I want 15,000. I'm like, what?
What?
Had to get it to him.
Serious?
Had to get it to him, bro. They took my back end for that shit.
God damn.
Crazy.
Well,
like,
just look, I read some shit about Breed. for Fabulous, what Blaze produced, they took 100% of the publishing on that.
Bruh, 21 questions, it took 100%. And that's 3 notes. Beep, beep, beep.
Really?
Absolutely. Barry White don't play.
God damn.
Yeah, we would have brought a guitar player in so fast and played bam, 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 and changed the key to beep, beep. Something. We would have changed it to something, but it was the same rhythm.
Damn.
I would have never said nothing. Yeah, he took all that.
All of it?
All of it, bro. Took that. Let me get that. That's Barry, though. That's how Barry usually do. So you sample his shit, get ready.
That motherfucker Barry and Isaac Hayes, man, they got to be the most. Because you know what it is with them two? Is that they use everything that I use to make it work. But yeah, I get it from them. Man, look, when I make a beat, you give me some horns, strings, and pianos, I'm good. Anything else, it's just going to play its part.
But the thing is, and I'm glad you said that, because me and you both have a liking for horns and pianos and stuff, but we still don't sound anything remotely alike. So I be,
right.
You know, I try to tell people all the time, like, listen, bro, like, we all got the same records, we all got the same instruments, but we all got different formulas, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
This is what makes us sound different because of what we're doing with it. We all using the same elements, but we mixing it up different because I love horns. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You love horns, but what you doing with them, I would have never done what you did with that. Ever. Exactly. Because I don't hear that. In order for me to hear that, I would have to actually try to say, okay, what would KLC do? Type shit, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
do that. But I'm glad you brought that up because we both love horns and pianos, bro. Now I'm glad people heard that.
I had to tell this to a dude, bro. I was like, what y'all got to understand, I'm like, dude, you know how many people have the same equipment that I have? I'm like, what you got to understand is this here. If you don't think how I think to be creative or make a beat, I can make the same shit I'm making that on the shit that you don't want.
Type shit.
You know what I'm saying? So, and that be the whole point about a lot of people, because the difference is this new era of producers now. I told the dude, I said, man, if y'all niggas was to take time and learn how shit was done and apply it to how y'all do it now, I like, nigga, we didn't have the privilege to have access to the shit that y'all have. Nigga, we actually had to go. I said, that's why niggas, like old school producers, I'm like, with these youngsters, I'm like, man, if y'all just sit up here and learn how things was done then and apply it to what y'all do now, I'm like, y'all be some bad. If you think you bad now, I'm like, nigga, we didn't have the privilege of the shit that y'all have now, man. I'm like, nigga, y'all have sound packs. I'm like, nigga, that sound pack shit that y'all got, nigga, we had to go make that shit. I'm like, nigga, y'all don't know what it's like to go spend, on exclusive records, spend a fucking $20 to $30 to $100 on a record and probably don't get nothing but a hi-hat out that bitch.
Type shit.
Right.
Type shit. I got records, man, that, and first of all, every city I went in, whoever I worked with, it was always a record store first and then the studio. It was always that for me. So I always went digging early before a session started, and then coming there I buy probably about 10 to 20 records, depending on how much shit in there, you know what I'm saying? But it take a long time to get that kind of records. Like you hand picking shit, like you're not really just grabbing random shit. So it's like it take a long time to get 20 records. But you get back to the studio and listen to records for 2 hours and don't find shit. That's the worst feeling ever, yo.
Right. I mean, when I say you don't find nothing, you don't find nothing, bro. And that be the whole point, of like, and you like, fuck. But you know what? And then it even got to the point to where some of the records, I found something probably a little bit later, like probably without what I was expecting to get from it.
Right.
Wasn't there. But later on down, you probably heard that record again, be like, God damn, how the fuck I let this part pass me?
Because of who you're working with at the time, it didn't fit them. So you just straight didn't even give it a listen. You know what I'm saying? Because who you was listening for. Then you get work with somebody else, and you go back to that same record, like, oh, he could actually rock with this. This artist could, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I still always listen to my records more than once. I got to. Because who I'm working with is gonna dictate what I'm looking for. Right. I know you've been a time you've been listening to a record and the headphones and the sample's so hot, you don't want to get to them, you start looking around the room, turn that shit down like, I ain't gonna get this shit right. He don't deserve this right here.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you a funny ass story, right? When I first started DJing for Mystikal, right? That Mystikal Fever record?
Yeah.
He coming out the gate with that bitch. That's the first, like when he hit the stage, that's the first song he doing, nigga. Out the gate.
That's crazy.
No intro. He like, man, run that motherfucker, bro. Let me tell you something, bro. That was one. Well, he really didn't work with a lot of producers other than Beast by the Pound. He worked with Sice, the dude who made Here I Go for him. You and the Neptunes. He really that's it. He really never worked with other niggas, bro.
Right. And I felt like you felt when you worked with Snoop, when I worked with him, like, what the fuck am I gonna do with this nigga?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Cause I'm a fish out of water with this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, I gotta figure this out. And that's what we end up coming up with.
That was one of his records that he literally rapped his ass off, my nigga.
Nuts. And then when they put it in that movie, remember the two twins was fighting.
Dude. The Chinese dude.
Exactly.
Got his name. Jet Li. Was it Jet Li?
It was Jet Li, the main fight scene when he's fighting those twin brothers.
Nigga, let me tell you something. When that motherfucker hit the stage with that bitch, it's like, I don't know if this nigga drunk 10 Red Bulls or what. Bro. Let me tell you
I would love
bro.
to see it. I would love to see it, bro. I've never seen him perform that record in my life.
Never?
Ever.
Oh, my nigga. First of all, you got to think about this here. He always, when he performed, if he not closing, he closer to the bottom. The biggest Ho fans, he got to have probably one of the biggest Ho fans of all rappers.
Right.
Bro, let me tell you something, nigga. When they announced him, because first of all, when he performed, it'd be all hoes up front. All women up front of the stage. Bro, that adrenaline. And then, when that record came on, it took it from here to here. Because what people don't understand about Mystikal is this here. He loved to be challenged on records, my nigga.
Right.
That record, that was probably one of the rare, other than the one he did one called Mystikal Fever. He did the one that you did, and he did the one with Outkast. Like, those probably like the only 3 records that at that tempo, he rapped like. And every last one of them he did like that, he left nothing left on. He ain't leave nothing on the beat, nigga.
That's why I say he ain't leave nothing on that bone. He cleaned that chicken leg. That joint was shining.
But that nigga, like, he like, man, Cal, you know how to sing that bitch?
Well, what's the did y'all ever Cash Money, that y'all ever think about ever doing something together, or that just was never a thought?
Man, let me tell you about the Cash Money thing. Whatever was going on with Cash Money, it was about Baby and P.
Right.
When you look at the artists, nigga, we all came up together. The club I was telling you about, me and Manny DJ in the club together. Before Cash Money, before No Limit, me and Manny used to share sounds. As a matter of fact, Manny was producing these 2 local females that was beefing each other. And he produced both of the diss records from each other.
He sound like America.
Bruh. So
what
one
America
time he
do.
was up in there working, and I left my 808 in that bitch. And he was like, boy, a nigga left his 8 in this bitch. I'm not giving it back. But when he found out it was mine, oh, he was like, that's KL shit. This nigga probably produced at least 9 records in the time of me leaving that machine in that bitch. He said, KL, I wasn't gonna get that bitch back. When they told me it was your shit, I like, go, okay. I'm like, boy, you a jive motherfucker, boy. I'm like, boy, you jive as a motherfucker, boy.
So yo,
But as far as No Limit Cash Money, look, you gotta look at it like this here. Soulja Slim, No Limit. Then you got Turk and Juvenile, Magnolia. They all from the Magnolia Project. They've been knowing each other. Fiend, Lil Wayne from the 17, Holly Grove, both of them. Been knowing each other.
right,
Me and Baby played saying like football and went to middle school together, nigga. Me and Baby like this, man. We close, we tight, we close as fuck.
right,
You know what I'm saying?
right,
But it was more of, and Baby pretty much represented the Magnolia and people from the Calio. Because Baby ran with a lot of niggas out the Magnolia. So it was the niggas from out the project that was about that life, I guess, that was the problem. And you gotta understand, like the Magnolia and the Calio, man, this shit is probably, if you feel like taking a good 10, 15-minute walk, so you know a drive is fast. That's how close the projects are.
I'm gonna tell you, Dino DeValier. Remember him?
Hold up. It's just the fact that you say that name, something just came to mind about what Skull Dubber used to always say, because him and Dino was close too. And he said, man, make sure you get my demo to Dino. Bro, I used to be laughing our fucking ass off about that shit. But now I know about Dino. I met him twice.
At the time, bro, I was that's when I was down with Lost Boys. So I was spending a lot of time at Universal. So
Right.
I knew Dino from Universal. So he used to pull me in his office every so often and play me records. So he pulled me in his office and played me Juvenile shit. The he's my jib, if it's the block on fire, you know what it is. To the moon,
Right.
you spot that joint, right? First joint. So I just remember hearing the beat and I was like, I'm a soul dude. So it was an adjustment. But I'm like, yo, I ain't really like the verse part of the beat. I say, but that hook was just so infectious.
Right.
When it came on, but the way he was doing his verse made me want to learn it. So you want to do this, huh? You want to get this man, huh? Huh? Like, I just remember Dino playing that for me before he signed it and asked me what I thought. I say, bro, dude is different. Like I say, it's making me want to listen.
Right.
It's not really my thing, but I respect somebody with their own thing. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yo, he got it. You know what I'm saying? And he told me that later on after he had signed him, he put him to the side like that. I just shot the video for it. I don't know if he's lying or not, but he told me that the projects that they shot it in, that it was so poor out there that they had police horses out there. He said when the police horses was shit, the stray dogs would eat the horse shit.
That's Magnolia.
Wherever they shot that video at, he said they had the police out there on horses.
That was Magnolia. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something that a lot of people don't know, my nigga. I remember me and Manny was talking. You know, we always share No Limit Cash Money stories.
Right.
And I remember one time, Baby and P was in my basement together talking, and Baby was about to go through No Limit through priority for distribution. Manny told him, fuck that, we're gonna do this shit ourselves. And that's probably why that shit didn't happen. Because we did Down South Hustler, and I think when P was putting it together, he was just down there getting anybody that was from New Orleans or whatever and just gonna put them on the project. And I remember him and Baby talking because I never forget the Bout It beat. As a matter of fact, I was in the I was in my basement because in my basement that was the hub. Any nigga that ever rap that had success pretty much came through that basement.
Right.
Juvie used to always be at my house because at that time I was the only person with DJ equipment, had a studio, you know what I'm saying? And we had our own record company. Us and this other group, Full Pack, my partner. But it was me, I had Soulja Slim, Magnolia Slim at the time, and this artist I had Six Shot. P came up in there with C, Silk, and if I'm not mistaken, it was his cousin T, and probably King George. Baby came up in there with him and Skullduggery.
Him and who?
Skullduggery.
Who's that?
Skullduggery is an artist, and Skullduggery is on No Limit. He wound up being on No Limit. He had this big song called Where You From, on No Limit. But I remember we all was in my grandmother's basement, and everybody was freestyling off the Bout It beat, my nigga. And I remember after that, we went outside, the sun went down, and I remember at the foot of my mom and my grandmother's driveway, Baby and P was literally talking as fucking friends, nigga. Like, you know, whatever we could do to help each other. If you need me, I got you. If you need me, I got you. Boom, 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 boom. But where it went from there, until this day, like if you ask the artists, they don't know where all this shit come from. You have two companies from out the same ward that know everybody on the label know each other, but for some reason don't want to fuck with each other.
Tell you, boy, that whatever that is, you know, it's just we embody that shit. You know what I'm saying? In the just the black culture, it's like almost to the point where people don't want to share the light with each other. Like somebody got to be number one. It's like no, you don't.
Right.
The numbers gonna reflect that anyway. But let's just do whatever
Right.
we can do to help each other because it's gonna be the people. The people pick the champ. We don't pick. We can't pick ourselves.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's for some reason, you know, it has some producers, you know, like that too. Like they did everything in their power to talk down about you or try to just leave you out because they felt like that was gonna take from their shine. It was just like I never understood that.
Right. But it's like this here though, bro. But even through that whole situation about No Limit Cash Money, bro, you gotta look at it like this here. It never affected the artist because every time me and Fresh see each other, or me and Juvie, or this and this, they're like, man, I don't know. And we like, man, fuck it. We just going about our business and have our fun while we hanging together, my nigga. But for some reason, you know, it's like, you know, it's to a point where niggas mad at each other but don't know why.
At all. Can't put a finger on it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I tell people, if you got a beef that you can't put a finger on, you ain't got no beef.
Right.
You don't have no beef. You can't sit here and tell me a one isolated incident that put you where you at. Everybody on some bullshit.
Right.
Everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can't even tell me what I did. Let me try to apologize or at least speak my piece, but they can't even give it to you. You know what I'm saying?
It had to be more of an ego situation. Cause one thing is like that Baby do always acknowledge that P opened the door for the city. He always acknowledged that shit, you know. But it's to a point to where like even like they surpassed it to where, you know, that whole situation to where they both acknowledge each other now. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's more like this type of shit that should have been happening when both labels was at its peak. You know what I'm saying? But for some reason, you know, everybody want to be the king of something that they don't own. You know, and it's always like, even like you look at it like ain't no limit. As much good was there, there had a lot of fucked up shit happen too. That's why the label fell apart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Just imagine the power they would have had together, though, bro.
just think if they would have toured.
That's what I'm trying to say. Just imagine the power if they were a unit, bro. Like, even to this day, since everybody doing all like rock the bells type of shit, it would be great to do it right now. No Limit Cash Money tour,
Right.
like right now.
But the trip on about it, you want to know something to where I can do a fucking album with all of the artists, like all of them, like we that good, we that close, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? And you know, the whole point is like it's, and you're right, it can happen, but it's like right now, bro, to where the way shit going on right now, because one thing that I noticed is that these old school tours is killing shit, my nigga.
Body
I mean, like, they are killing shit off top.
That's why I'm like, the power is still there. You know what I'm saying? A No Limit Cash Money tour. And we're going to put it out in the atmosphere just with this conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just unfortunate, man. You know, when you see stuff like what happened in Nip, it's all these other people, man. It's like we just got so much bullshit that's underneath the surface for no reason. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, like this is exactly what corporate America wants, to keep us apart. But if we came together, like the force of that is just like, wow. Like, wow.
Man, it's like you look at it to a point like right now, bro, like I sit back and try to think about when in the fuck did we lose hip hop? Were we bought out? Were the heads bought out of power?
I mean, I think the big issue with blacks, period, is that we don't have solidarity. So we always gonna pick the bag over solidarity.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like corporate America know they can get this dude the bag that's gonna keep y'all separate.
Right.
Just keep feeding that bullshit. I'm gonna keep funding this bullshit over here to keep them in power. I know they're gonna keep the bullshit going. You know what I mean? But if we could just look past that and just be like, yo, get out of here, man. We good. Oh my God.
I look at it like right now to where like it's just so funny, bro, that the way hip hop is right now is to where what's bad about it is just here. No, this to me, this is how bad it is. Right now at the stage of rap, it makes me appreciate the bullshit, what we call bullshit back then.
Right. I get it.
That's how bad it is. Because even when back then, when it was to the point to where it was bad, it was still an effort being made and making that bullshit. Because it's like this year. When niggas come up to me and want to buy some beats or come up to me about working and they hit me, yeah, man, I'm going to try this rap shit. Just the fact that you saying you want to try this rap shit, you don't take it serious. So it's like, right. So it's to the point to where like, even back then when we were being fucked over with bootlegging and all of that, back then you still had to spend money. What makes it so bad, nigga don't have to spend money. They don't take losses in this. If they want to beat, they'll go online, strip somebody from on this cloud account and just download some beats and rap on them bitches and boom. Back then with us,
Wouldn't
nigga, I
have
don't give a fuck what it was. You had to spend money in some form of way. You had to where if you was bootlegging, you had to buy blank CDs, you had to buy sleeves. If you didn't have you had to buy a CD burner, or you had to pay somebody to burn them for you.
Listen, and this is the part of the game that you missed out on because you was with No Limit. Now, when I used to do sessions at Battery, Sony, Hit Factory, all that shit, I would sell 5 or 6 more beats while I'm at the studio because such and such is in B, such and such is in D, somebody down in E. And we see each other in the hallway like, yo, you in here? Yeah, come see me. Come downstairs. I'll come downstairs, press play. Boom, he take 2. Boom, over here. Yo, you want to see? Yeah, I'll come through and see you in a minute. Go over there and roll one with them. You know what I'm saying? He picked 3. So it's like, that's the part of the game I miss. You know what I mean? I missed that so much. You know what I'm saying? Because people was about their business. And if you were in the studio, that means everybody got their first half already. You wouldn't even be here if you didn't have your first half of your money. Everybody in here has been paid half their bread, and we cool.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like the integrity of the music has been sucked out, and the business side has just been so distorted, bro, that people like ourselves who are actually trying to do the right business, the right protocol of business, are looked upon as if we being extra.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy.
It's to where like I said, they didn't strip the value of hip hop. You know, like I had to tell a little dude one time, like, my nigga, you in the studio that I have to pay, that I'm leasing out this building, that I have to pay the lights. If any of this equipment break, I have to pay for that shit to get fixed. All this equipment, I pay for that.
Right.
Hardware gear, nigga. This drum machine was like $2,800. Not talking about the rest of that shit. And even if it's to the point to where I say, okay, nigga, if you dope, I'll give you the beat, but pay for the studio time. Oh, man, I can bring it by my boy. But nah, what the fuck am I give you something to bring by somebody? How am I benefit? You want to pay for something. I recognize that you got some talent, my nigga. But you even trying to get to the point to where you don't even pay for studio time? Because, Bink, I'm honest to tell you, there's some niggas that I met to where it was the approach to me was good. And then it was pretty nice. I'm like, just swing by there, you know, I'll do something with you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's like, man, it's like these motherfuckers, it just said like this shit is terrible right now. Like all of the dopest niggas are the brokest niggas, my nigga. Because all of this bullshit that they have out there.
Bro, all the brokest niggas are the dopest niggas.
All of the dopest niggas are the brokest
Bars.
niggas.
Bars.
And it's factual though, bro. It's the truth.
Bro, I tell people all the time, I say, listen, bro, you can pick a new producer right now that has 100 million clicks on Instagram, on Spotify, you name it, and he ain't got 20 grand in the bank. Guaranteed. He ain't been paid for the beat. Guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I try to tell young boys all the time, I say, listen, bro, if you ask somebody what's the business and they get annoyed, get out of there. That should tell you everything you need to know. If you ask them, what's the business? And they be like, yo, I'm saying, my dude, we just trying to, oh, yeah, I'm gone. I'm out.
I got to tell you this story, bro. They had this happened to me twice. Like, I was cool with, like, these little niggas, like these dudes that started a label, right? And so they used to come over there with their little artists and shit. And it just like this one time he came over there and he had to go make a run. So I'm the type of motherfucker, like, if I'm working with you, I'm gonna shoot some game to you. So he wanted to, it wasn't like he was asking me questions. You could tell that he was green at it. So as I'm working with him, I'm just telling him about this, and this, and this, and this. You know, it's just me just shooting games to the little niggas while I'm, you know, just helping them get their business shit together. See, when they left and went back I guess, and holler at the CEO, and they wanted to bring up all the shit that I was telling them. I ain't see the little dude since twice, two of them. It's like they CEO like, nigga, where the fuck you hearing this shit from? We gonna go somewhere else to record.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Right.
Good luck with that, because you can't get down like that over here. So I can give two shits what they do for you across town. Get what you pay for, champ. You know what I mean? So we over here, we got Gucci over here. You know what I'm saying? You trying to get some goddamn some not even Rockaway. What's the other shit called? Some Oshkosh. You trying to get some Oshkosh from us? Like, nigga, we sell Gucci, nigga. We don't sell this bullshit, South Pole shit, nigga. You go over there and get that South Pole shit, bro.
That nigga say South Pole.
Go and get that South Pole shit, bro.
That nigga say South Pole.
Yeah, fucking right. It's like, listen, man, have the audacity to know your worth, bro. That's all I try to instill in these kids, bro. Once you realize you the dope, everything changes, bro. Everything changes. And that's the problem with these kids. They so busy. Like Zaytoven, for instance. He's always preaching that if you're trying to get on, you need to give your beats away. If you're trying to get on, man, kill yourself. Never.
No.
Never. This shit worth something. I don't give a fuck. 300, 500, whatever the fuck. It's worth something. And if you think I'm supposed to give it to you, fuck you. I'm cool with that. I get the fuck up from this table and keep it pushing. But that's what these kids don't want to do. They don't know how to say, you know what, this ain't a good deal, bro. You know, I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Nice meeting you, and we out.
Look, it's
You know what I
only
mean?
it's only to a certain part the way. Okay, just put it like this here. You was blessed enough to at least work and sit down and work with Nipsey. So if Nipsey was like, well, Bink, leave me a few, that's worth leaving.
Absolutely. He's earned that trust and respect from me.
Right. Right.
So
You know what I'm saying?
I rock with him in that way. I would first of all, Nipsey is the only person in my career, bro, that made me feel that appreciated. In my career. That's including everybody. He's the only dude that came to me and said what he said to me, like, yo, you know, your sound is what I'm actually trying to attain. Like, I know it comes from you. Like, if you can come over here and help me out any kind of way you can, I'd be greatly appreciated. And he flew me out there, put me up, and, you know, he took care of me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that never happened. It's like most, you know, of these artists feel like, you know, you should be glad they want to work with you. It's like, kill yourself, bro. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying?
So how the Compton thing happen?
Huh?
How the Compton thing happen?
With Dre?
Yeah.
I've been knowing Drake, you know, because of the exhibit, you know, affiliation, corrupt,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? So I've always been around. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like he took a liking to me as well, because you know I ain't got no cut card, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it real with him. If he asks me if I like something that he did, I'm gonna tell him yes I do. If I don't like it, I'm gonna say I don't like it. Whereas most people are too scared to tell Drake they don't like it. And it's like that's not being a man. You know what I'm saying? I'm always conscious of trying to be a man first, a producer second. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think dudes rock with me the way they do, because I can't lie. You know what I'm saying? It's on my face. My face tells everything. My face tells the story. You know what I'm saying? I can't even hide it. Before I even come with my mouth, my face told you something, and I can't even fight it. So it's like I'm gonna just get it, because my face is ball up and be like, no, that shit cool. And you like, no, man, your face, you lying, nigga. Your face said you was disgusted first. So, you know.
Right.
What made you leave No Limit? What was the breaking point?
The what?
What was your breaking point for leaving No Limit?
Well, we had opportunities to work this shit out, bro. I ain't bullshit you. And I'm gonna take it back from the meeting that we had. We went in a meeting, right? And to discuss, because we was given contracts for the first time. It's like in '99. You got to think about from 2000. I mean, from 90, when I started dealing with him, from like I met him in '94. and I started kind of working with him in '95. Now, from '95 to the beginning of '99, we weren't even thinking about having no contracts thrown our way. But it got to the point to where I think Priority wanted to buy the company from him for like $250 million, and then he was gonna give him $10 million a year to run it. But Beats by the Pound had to be signed. We was given contracts. The contracts wasn't beneficial to us, so we didn't sign them.
Type shit.
And the thing about it was, we had a meeting to discuss it. And so we waited for at least fucking 4 hours. Cause we come to find out, I think he was in California. Or, and it was around the time to where he started pursuing his NBA career.
Right.
That was one of the biggest points. So he wasn't there. So the whole time we waited, he finally got on the phone, and the conversation was like 9 seconds, man. He was like, everybody there? Like, yeah. He said, look, if they ain't gonna sign a contract, tell them fuck them and get the fuck out of my face. So we got the fuck up and got the fuck out of his face and his office. It was just like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know what he thought the answer was going to be, but he started working on an album, and he called me up, but he didn't want the rest. He just wanted me and Craig B. And so he had called me and said, look, nigga, I'm working on the album, man. You gonna be part of this or what? If so, man, come to my house. So I called the rest of the Pound up. The nigga wanted us to come to his house. So when we got there, he let us listen to his stuff, and it was like, okay, it ain't us, but but he was like, man, look, and he was truthfully and spoke about how he felt about each one of us. I go, that's how it is? I'm like, okay, well, you know what? Shit. Don't even worry about it, my nigga. But he always try to reach out to me by myself without the others. But regardless of what I done, like the name Beats by the Pound, when we left, he started producing some of these records and just have produced by Beats by the Pound with no name on it because we wasn't making the beats.
So how could he use a name?
But see, when we left, he felt that he could do that because at the time he had the name copywritten. But when we went to deposition and all of that shit, and we won it, that's when we won the rights to the catalog. And we got the name back. So he couldn't use it.
Damn, P. Great start off. Bad ending. But y'all did some legendary things together, man. Like I said, with hindsight is 2020. You know what I'm saying? As long as we can, disagree as men and just keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? You can't ask for more than that. You know what I'm saying? That's just that's how it go. You know what I'm saying? So
it was more too like when you look at it from afar, to where when it got to the point to where when a circle was small, like just say when it was me, Serve, Mia, Moby Dick, not counting like his brother like Silk and C. I mean just like, because they're gonna be solid. But when the circle was kind of small, even like when Mystikal came, it just like the more the success started coming, you just kind of see all of the street niggas just starting to be around. Then he went from running the company, what it took from the success to running it like the streets.
well, anybody that's listening to this interview right here that have their sights on being an executive, just understand how important it is to keep everything 100 with your formula.
Right.
Everything is detrimental to your formula. You're supposed to massage that different. know what I'm saying?
Right. And then you know, you got to get a credit to the point to where like what really damaged it to where it went beyond to where it couldn't be fixed was when the success came with these records, my niggas. Like we always had a connect of the approach of a record.
Mm-hmm.
But when it got to the point to when he started playing ball and I'm telling him some shit that we need to talk about, and I'm telling this person, and this person telling that to get to him, and when they get to him, it's nothing what the fuck I said, and he gonna believe them. When I started with you and they came in the midst of this shit,
Yeah.
now that's when you disrespecting the value that we had. You know what I'm saying?
But it happens a lot with us though, bro, and that's what's unfortunate. It's like I don't understand how, you know, if we selling fruit, you know, you got a fruit store, and I'm serving you your apples, all your apples, and for some reason that's one of your hottest goddamn fruits in this bitch are the apples. So now you the apple guy. So now you know as the apple man. So you really go to a larger scale. Somebody gonna give you a Walmart sized building now to do your apples, but you don't want to bring the nigga who's serving you the apples to the table. That's like I don't be understand. They do that to us all the time. Once it get time for the big money, now we disposable.
Right.
Now we all of a sudden we just disposable. Like Hope said, you made a hole, make another. So that's why you gotta be able, you know, you gotta be willing to just walk away from it. Just be like, you know what? It's unfortunate because if they offer him $200 million, nigga, you could have gave me
$250, and that's the whole point, man. It could have even been to the point like a lot of these artists that we had, certain artists needed to be developed too, my nigga. And then you got to think about this here too. Like, just think about this here. This is from an era of where you and I come from. It may be hard for the new youngsters to understand this. Just think about this. When I say we drop 2 albums a month every 2 weeks for an entire year. Now just think about this here. Every time we finished the album and we turned it in so he could turn it in to the distributor, each album he was getting at least $3 to $10 million advance off every album, just for turning it in.
Don't want to pay us 10 grand a beat, 20 grand a beat. That's a problem. It just don't make sense, bro. That's what I'm trying to say.
It was to a point to where like we had he called the meeting. And he was like, bruh, I want to make 100 million this year. This is after like 97. We dropped Ghetto D. We dropped 4 albums that year. I know Ghetto D did 4 million at its peak. No telling where it's at right now. He dropped the TRU album. That was double platinum. Mill like at 800. The Body soundtrack, that was like the 97 year. I'm not even talking about when we touched 98. I'm not even talking about when we touched 98. And he was like, I want to make 100 million.
It's a real lesson to learn from this conversation on both sides of the coin.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And to me, it's like, if you are an executive and you're willing to walk away from that much money just because you don't want to take care of the very thing that was your backbone for getting that money.
Right.
That's what your grandma used to say, you cut your nose off to spite your face.
Right.
That's one of those situations, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, well, it can get on the other side where the producer could think he's too big and start demanding too much money. Like, but because at the end of the day, you gotta respect. That's his vision. This whole label, the artist, like you can't downplay that either. Right. So this his ball, his bat. But it's my plays.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
You look
we
at
both.
it like this here too, Bing. Look at it like this here too. Like you look at it from this perspective to where some of the stuff that happened, I'm not gonna say it wasn't his fault, but when you put people in place to handle shit for you
Mm-hmm.
and you wasn't the one that did it, you still gonna take the hit because you hired these people.
Pretty much.
That's just like if you go to McDonald's and one of their employees hit you or do some shit to you, you're not gonna sue that employee. You're gonna deal with the company.
Facts.
So the whole thing is that like he put people in place to where when it broke he and I communication to where I just can't pick up the phone and call him to where I'm trying to get shit done to keep this company functioning, me and the rest of the pound. But it's to where like if I can't get in contact with you or you're not trying to be contacted because of what you're trying to pursue in sports as an NBA, regardless, this is your company. It just be period to where you as the owner and you know how I am, you just care what's going on over there. You shouldn't have to tell somebody to tell me.
Not if we
And
start
then
like that.
the thing about it, the people that you telling, you don't trust them like you trust me. Because
He
one
knew
thing
that.
what they got to understand is that whole year when we put all of those records out, that's when he started pursuing other shit. The company became it pretty much ran itself. We sat down and made the list, the release dates for that entire year. And he gave them to me. And when he gave that to me, he left to pursue other shit. It was left up to the pound, the producers, to meet these dates. He didn't have to be there for that.
I mean, that's the heavy lifting.
Right.
We gonna end it on that. Cause we'll
Right.
go for days on that. We're gonna pick back up, but man, I appreciate you coming through here, man, chopping up with me, man. I'm sure this is a very informative show for a lot of up and coming producers, man. Just looking at even executives, you know what I'm saying, can listen to this and really take something from it. You know what I'm saying? So that Think About It podcast, appreciate you, man, for coming through. And
Always, my brother. Anything you need me for, bro, shit, I got you covered, man. Just holler.
you already know, man. I appreciate you, KLC.
Oh, definitely, Bink. Always.
I hit you, bro.
All right.
One.
Peace out, everybody.